Oh, me. Our guest chef today he's a teacher of mine. He was my voiceover teacher, and I was warming up because I really need to get an A on this assignment from him. I really need an A. Mark Cashman joins us. He's a nationally recognized voiceover talent with over 200 audiobooks. He produces commercials. He teaches. As I said, I've taken many classes from him over the years. He's a wonderful teacher. We'll talk about that. Me. I guess we should start the show. I'm Mark Alyn, and this is Mark Alyn Cooks Your Dinner. From Stevenson Ranch, California, we're going to go and visit Mark Cashman from Cashman Commercials. Mark Cashman, welcome to Mark Alyn Cooks, and I really appreciate your time and taking the time to play with us today.
I can't, it's going to be so much fun. We're going to have so much fun today, no matter what we do, no matter how it turns out. Even if you burn the whole thing down, we're still going to have a good time.
We are. And I have to mention that, do you know how many years we've known each other?
No, actually,
About
I,
over 30. Over
what?
30. Wait,
That
yeah.
long? That's insane. Oh my God. You know, what's has screwed me up with time, it was the pandemic. The lost years,
Yes.
those 3 lost years, um, it's just screwed everything up. I can't remember dates and times and birthdays and if somebody passed away and how it just totally screwed up my entire sense of time. I
I
don't know.
get it. And
Is
here's
it
what
me? Is it me?
no, well,
Oh,
maybe, you and I have admitted the other day we're over 40, just barely. And we met when we were kids, just right. And
yeah.
even though we're guys, so we have a mental attitude of maybe, I don't know, 12. Let us
Yes.
pour some wine, and we'll talk
Oh,
about that briefly.
are you kidding? That don't you don't have to twist my arm. Here we go. Yeah.
Now, I am pouring a French Vouvray, and I have to tell you that when I bought this, I wasn't looking carefully. I thought it was a Vouvray, which is
Ah.
another wine, and it's one of
Oh.
Carol's favorites. But
Like I would know the difference. Actually, I would know the difference. At least I can pronounce Sauvignon Blanc, but other than that, I am not. I'm not a connoisseur, but I do enjoy and appreciate a really good tasting wine.
well,
And
you
so,
might try
to
this.
you,
This is
sir.
about a $14 bottle at Albertsons, and I know there's an Albertsons on that main street out there in the Santa Clarita Valley.
And yeah, they're everywhere. Like
They
yeah,
are. So,
they're
Mark, to life, to your health,
L'chaim.
to your wife, L'chaim, and to your
Thank you,
daughter, who's also in the
thank,
voiceover business. Well,
thank you,
maybe we'll mention that too. All right,
and
here
to
we go.
you and yours as well, sir. Absolutely,
Thank
to
you.
your good health. To your good health.
Now, this wine
Mm.
is got a sweet aftertaste, and
Hmm.
the Vouvray can actually go from sweet to dry. And I think this one's sweet, which is why Carol, in particular, really likes it. And if we
Hmm.
get into trouble, of course, I'm going to be drinking this more.
Good.
Carol will be sneaking around and
That's a good idea.
taking some of my wine. All right, we're going to start cooking right now.
Oh,
And
good.
I can't decide if Mark is going to grade me on the way I make his recipe or the way my voice sounds, but we'll find out. Okay, we are
No, no,
going to
no,
be. No?
no. Because here's the thing. What's going to happen is as you're making the dinner, as you're
Right.
making the dish, your voice is going to follow whatever it is you do.
That is
You
true.
understand that? All
Right.
right. So all you have to do is concentrate on doing what you want to do really well, and your voice will match.
You teach that. Yeah.
It's
That's the
just,
secret.
it's
You
just, it's
before
it's
I have
focusing on what you're doing in order that once you focus on what you're doing, and what you're talking about and how you feel about it, once you know that, it comes out in your voice.
Interesting. It's when I was just starting. I used to talk like this. Hi, everybody,
Okay.
and and then somebody. It was Ron McCoy, who was a great. He was my radio mentor.
Mm.
Said to me, "Hey, kid, knock it off," and
Mm.
I did, and I got
Mm.
more work after that
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
suite that
because
I
you're
have.
because you were being a human being instead of a caricatured or a character. And the thing is that you can do both. You can be both. You can be a caricature and a character, and also you can be you.
Well,
And
my
most of the
life is a
time,
caricature.
well, yeah,
We're going to be making a scallop with a peanut sauce today.
yes. Oh,
Now,
okay.
if I'm going to make two disclaimers. Disclaimer one: if you're allergic to peanuts, you can still make the scallops. Very simple. You grill them in some butter or olive oil and garlic,
Mhm,
and they will be delicious.
mhm,
If you're allergic to
always.
scallops,
Don't forget lemon juice.
and a little bit of lemon juice. We use
Thank
Meyer lemon juice on this show because I have a Meyer
you.
lemon tree. So
You're so lucky. They're the best lemons. They're the sweetest. They're the juiciest.
you got it, and
Mhm.
they're actually a combination of tangerines
Yes.
and the lemon. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, Mark, when we have
Yeah.
lunch, I'll bring you
Y-
some.
Thank you. I'd love that.
Okay.
That's a great
Got
gift.
it.
That's a wonderful gift. Yeah.
All right. We're going to start. I've already started a little bit. I'm going to show you
Great.
what I've got. We have
Okay.
some
Cool.
cauliflower and we roasted it
Uh huh.
already. So this has cauliflower and it also has um, snap peas. Now, I couldn't find any. So these are, what are these, Carol? These aren't snap, these are the snap peas, aren't they? Yeah, sugar, um,
Uh
snow
huh.
peas. I couldn't find good snow peas. So I
Uh huh.
substituted with the ginger, with the ginger, with the snap
Those are
peas.
great. Those are great substitutes. And of course, the key there is to not overcook them,
Right,
and but not make them raw. You want to make them again edible.
right. Well, you can eat excuse me, you can eat the peas, these peas, um,
Yes.
you can eat these raw. All right,
Yeah, I
so
know.
what
They're
we're going to
delicious.
do is in here, I'm going to use avocado oil and I'm going to just put some avocado oil down there. And I love avocado oil. High temperature rating. It also has, um, to me, it doesn't have much of a taste. And I think that's good. Unlike, say, olive oil, which does. All right. And to this, we're going to add some curry. Now, there are a couple of different kinds of curry, like hundreds. And um, we're going to take some we're going to take some of this, if I can open it up. There it goes. And we're going to put it into the oil. Now, a lot of people mix this together and then they heat it a bit in the oven. But I'm going to stir it up so that we don't need to do that. So I've got that. The other thing we're going to add is a lime. And Mark, please jump in and direct me at any time.
Direct you in terms
Of making this dish.
your cutting technique or your fortune telling technique.
I did both.
Both. Okay.
I'm
I
switching.
don't understand why would mixing something in a bowl be equivalent to putting something, heating something up in an oven? That I'm not exactly sure. You said you could have put it in an oven, but you
Well,
decided to just mix it up in a bowl, and I'm thinking,
yes,
wait,
I
what?
did that. Uh, the original recipe, I always change the recipes up, and the reason
Good.
I did this is to make it faster.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Okay. I'm done. I'm fine with that. If it's
Oh,
faster
does
and
that smell
easier,
great?
then you don't have to uh, uh, you don't have to make any excuses. That's a good thing. That's definitely a good thing.
And um, now we're going to go back here to the cooking area,
Oh boy.
and I'm going to grab my avocado oil.
How many
And
avocados does it take to make a bottle of avocado oil?
uh,
Is that a Google question?
the same amount of voiceover actors it takes to screw in the light bulb.
And how many is that?
6.
6. And why
Yeah.
is that?
Why is that? Oh, it's
Yeah,
very simple. 5 direct the other one.
I see.
And by the way, if you're interested in voiceover, somebody the other day said, my husband's got this great voice. He's always wanted to do voiceovers, and I said, oh, you have to watch because Mark Cashman has classes, and you wherever you are, literally in the world, you can take the class. Am I correct in that?
I cannot believe how many students I have in different places all over the world. I got I have Japan. I've got the eastern coast of Australia and the western coast of Australia. I've got uh, Canada and the UK and Germany and South Africa and
Wow.
um, Tel Aviv and Rome and um, uh, Ireland, Scotland.
Gee.
Oh, where else? Where else? Mexico, um, uh, South
Do
America,
you
Colombia.
do you
Um,
teach Mark? Do you teach in their native language?
no, 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 no. They all speak English. They all speak English. Every one of them speaks English beautifully, flawlessly. Well, some with accents, some not, but all speak English fluently. They understand the language. That's why we're working together, because that's what I teach. Is basically is again
Got it.
English is the language. No, I know just enough Spanish to be dangerous, but
I
I
know
know at
enough
least.
English to be dangerous. So anyway, uh, we're heating up the oil right now.
Yes.
We're going to wait just one more second.
Speaking of
We're going.
heating up the oil, do you have any rules on heating up oil?
I do not.
Well, isn't there a certain amount of temperature? In other words, the height of the flame, the amount of oil in the pan. You don't want to overcook the oil. You don't want to undercook it. So no hard and fast anything
Well,
on the oil.
actually, I don't cook oil unless Carol's around to yell at me and say, "You're burning the oil." It works really well that way. She is not
That's
smiling.
she,
Please
she doesn't
hold.
even have to yell. You if you were burning the oil, you'd be able to smell it. So obviously, do you have it on low, on simmer, on?
I
I
have it
mean,
on a medium heat,
uh-huh.
and what I'm
And
going to do is,
how do you test it to determine it's ready?
um, if you
I'm
look
only asking
now,
because I don't know.
if you can see now,
Yeah,
it's bubbling here,
yeah. What you put in there?
and that
What did you
bubble,
put? What you put in the oil?
I just put breadcrumbs in the oil.
Ah, any particular breadcrumbs? Any kind of bread?
I used a organic panko um, breadcrumb.
Organic panko as opposed to regular panko,
Yes, we try to
and a
do
different.
everything that we can
Uh huh.
organic. I'm
Okay.
terribly against genetically modified foods.
Everything's
Though
genetically modified. Corn is genetically modified.
most of
So
it
many
is,
millions of things are genetically modified. That's
and they're
not the problem. It's the processing. It's the chemicals. It's the crap. That they put that they
well,
put in the fertilizer and
but
stuff like that.
I've actually been to Congress in
Yeah,
D.C. talking
yeah,
to congressmen, congresspeople, and
yeah,
their staff about uh, GMOs. And
yeah.
I didn't say they were good or bad. What I did say was that we, as the American people, have a right to know if my tomato
Yes.
is genetically modified or not. What did I spill? Um, it's it's really imperative. because
Yeah,
we
but
don't know the outcome
actually, we
of
do.
genetically.
We do know the outcome. There are lots of foods on the market that are genetically modified and have been on the market for decades, and we do know the outcome, and they're okay.
Well,
It's not the fact that they've been modified. It's the shit. It's the crap that they modify them with. That's the problem. Whether it's
okay.
chemicals, any kind of chemicals, and truthfully,
All right.
you
Don't,
know what?
Mark, they
In
put
the end,
round, if they genetically modify corn, for example, did you know that
yeah,
within the DNA of that corn, they put
yes.
a molecule of Roundup in it?
I
It's
would not.
terrible.
That's
It's
horrible.
terrible.
If that's the case, I'm against anything with any chemical in it. Period. That's it. That's just it. But you know what? We're all going to die from plastic anyway. So that
You're right.
so
All right.
so it doesn't matter. That said, is the oil ready?
Yes. If you look, this is a nice brown. I'm
Uh
going
huh.
to add some peanut butter
Wow,
that
that's
I've
a lot of
pre
food.
softened. We're going to,
Is is that a Is that a tablespoon? Is that 2 tablespoons or 2 teaspoons?
it's about 2 tablespoons.
2 tablespoons
And
of peanut
this
butter.
is, again, organic peanut butter.
Ah, again with the organics. All right. No, I'm only
And
kidding.
the original recipe, Mark,
Yep.
called for roasted peanuts in this, but I
Uh-huh.
used a crunchy, no stir. This is Santa Cruz brand, and I really like this brand. Let's see. Leslie, thank you. You're enjoying us. Thank you very much. Leslie, where are you from? Let us know. Um,
Lettuce spelled Lettuce.
of course. You know,
Thank you.
there's a restaurant chain called Let Us Entertain You.
Oh,
Anyway, so with Santa Cruz, it's really good. I like their crunchy. This is a no stir. I thought this would be easy, but they add some oil to it. The original recipe, Loveland, Colorado.
oh, I've been to
High
Loveland.
Mountain High.
It's one of the most famous cities in the country because on Valentine's Day, everybody wants a postmark from Loveland, Colorado. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yes, absolutely. Ask this lady from Loveland; she'll tell you. Yeah, everybody wants a postmark from Loveland, Colorado for Valentine's Day.
Leslie, will
Oh,
you send me a Valentine, please? I don't get many. Okay. Um, uh, with the in regards to the peanut butter, because this is really important. Don't buy Skippy because they add all kinds of chemicals as well as oil to it. Most of the peanut butter that I buy, or almond butter for that matter, is just peanut butter or peanuts or almonds. That's all you need because they're rich in oil. You don't need to add to it. Okay, so I've got that going. Yes. Oh, I'm right. Yes. Thank you, Leslie. And the guest is, yes, good. Let's see where we're going to go now. All right, what we're going to do now is I'm going to move that off. I'm going to put this over here.
now when you move it off, do you move it off to another burner that's on simmer and keep
No,
that warm or no?
I, if I do, maybe I should.
I don't know. I'm just asking. I'm not saying you should. I don't.
This is your recipe, Mark. You're supposed to
Well,
be telling me,
no,
even though I've
Mark,
changed it.
Mark, I want to clarify something, my friend. It may be my recipe. That does not necessarily mean that I've ever executed this recipe. You're the one executing it.
All
I
right.
am just along for the ride and
I'm
and
I'm
hopefully
I'm
just having a
coming.
good
I'm
time
coming
watching.
over to have your wife cook. We're going to do it that way.
That's my wife is the chef. My wife is the cook. My wife's the expert cook. That's
Got it.
I just know these questions just from watching her and seeing her
All right. Let me get my
all these years.
heat back up.
But I don't want you to burn the sauce. If you don't, if you could heat that up a little bit later on, just do what you need to do. I just don't know
The
if if it's left
there
to
it
its own
goes.
devices, what it'll do. Will it congeal? You know, will
Now
it break or something?
I got to show you this, Mark.
Okay.
Okay, these are
Ooh, those are great looking scallops, my
they
friend.
are they're $39 a pound.
Uh huh.
Lunch may be on you. It'll be on me
That's
because I'll spill on myself. But $39. So we only got six. This is I've cut the recipe down because this is just for Carol and me.
yeah. Oh no, three scallops are very rich and delicious, and that and a nice dessert
Right.
and a nice Chianti, and you'll be good. But actually,
Here we
it's a
go.
fish,
I'm
so you'll
looking to
probably want to
see.
do white. Yes, just stay with white. Stick with white.
I've got this going. I know what I need to do before I do that. I want to. I've got it very low.
Now, didn't you say you got some peas? There you go.
Yes,
Talk about
and then
timing. Great minds.
yes.
By the way,
Our
I
guest
was
chef today is Mark Cashman. Mark is has done over 200 audiobooks. I have to tell you my one audiobook story.
huh?
I made a mistake. I didn't take your class because I think in your class you say don't edit what you record. Let the producer do it.
Yeah.
And I it was awful. It was terrible.
Uh,
Okay.
What what? So you ended up editing what you
I edited
recorded?
it. I ended up giving up the project, and I
It's
don't think they were unhappy with that. Um, it wasn't my voice. It was the fact that it just took so long to do,
yes,
and I underbid it, which
yes,
was not a good idea. All
yes,
right,
yes.
folks, we're coming
Next
up
time,
on the.
if you ever have an opportunity like that again, just contact me and I'll help you figure it out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, listen, folks, if you like this voice or Mark's, let us know. We are available for hire. Um, I like my peas pretty al dente. So what I'm going to do is add the cauliflower to it. I'm going to mix it up. I'm just going to step over here. We don't have a.
Those veggies look beautiful, and they're going to
Yeah.
look really, really nice against the scallops. Were you planning on putting anything on top of the scallops beside the sauce? Do you have a
Yeah, we
little
have
sprig
two
of
sauces.
parsley or?
We actually made, per the recipe, a curry vinaigrette,
Oh,
and
nice.
we're going to add that in a few moments. So what I'm going to do is I'm looking around. I know what I'll do. I'm going to take the vegetables and I'm going to just take them off the heat for a moment. There should be enough oil in there. And I'm going to put the scallops on. Listen, folks. There is nothing better than listening to the searing of just about anything. Now, with scallops, I eat scallop sushi, for example. It's raw. And it's hard to tell the difference between a cooked scallop and a raw scallop. I don't know if you knew that.
Well, I do only because I've eaten both, and yes, the texture is very, very similar.
It is. It is. So, in just a
Be,
moment or two, we've got we have we're coming up on this. I'm searing these. Oh, is the
You want to keep
Oh,
an
you
eye on
got
those scallops and make sure that
got
they
it.
don't burn.
The cala, the, these are
They're
cooking right here. Whoop, there they go. Ouch. That's why. Okay. Unfortunately, oh, yeah. So we are searing these.
how are they looking?
They're looking great. I'm going to show them to you in a moment. Our camera went down over the scallops. It happens every now and then. I was on set
That's
years
okay.
ago. I'm interviewing somebody, and the set
Yeah,
behind me fell down. I just kept going. You always wait until the
of
director
course.
says cut,
Mm,
right?
absolutely. The show must go on.
The
Absolutely.
show must go on. Let me show you how good these look.
Oh my gosh, they're perfect. Get them,
I,
get them on the other side that way, and you're good to go.
and we're going to just let
Now,
them sit
now,
there for another moment.
did you sear them just in the pan by themselves with no olive oil, with no nothing in there?
No, there was olive oil in there.
Was it olive oil or avocado oil?
Avocado oil.
Avocado, avocado
I
oil. Okay.
changed it
All right.
from grapeseed oil. Now I'm going to put a
Okay.
little bit of the vegetable on here, like that. I'm going to turn them off. I'm going to take a big, fat, juicy one. And then we have our peanut sauce. We'll put that there. Oh, I do say that yeah, almost. And thank you, Carol. And we have this um, curry vinaigrette that we made earlier at the start of the show. I'm going to top that and put that on the vegetables. And we have a little bit of cilantro. Are you a cilantro liker or
Cilantro,
yes,
cilantro, yes,
right?
absolutely.
Cilantro, tomato, cilantro.
No, cilantro.
Cilantro?
I've never heard it. I've never heard cilantro. So I am going to correct you there.
I just got a B minus, folks.
No, no, just a mild correction. And that's it. The word is cilantro. You can look it up. That looks beautiful.
Doesn't that look like
That,
a great dish? All right.
does it taste as good as it looks?
Well, we always taste at the end of each show.
Well, of course, absolutely. Don't forget to save some for the producer.
That you absolutely. She gets the other five.
That's your better half.
Oh,
Mm, yeah,
excuse me, Mark.
yeah,
You talk. I'm gonna eat.
yeah. Yeah, no, I did. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to have some wine, enjoy you eating. Vicariously, I'm enjoying you
This is
because that it
extremely.
looked delicious. The recipe looked wonderful. My wife has made something very similar to that over the years, many times, and every time she does it, I take one bite and I go, "Oh my God, this
Yeah, this is
tastes so good."
delicious.
I know, I know.
Mm.
It's
And it goes
the
very
scallop.
well with this wine.
Yeah,
And
yeah, I
scallops,
know.
they had two kinds of scallops today. I went to Gelson's, which has been rated the number one market in the country, and went to Gelson's, and they had two. They had the big ones like this, the sea scallops, and bay scallops,
Yeah,
which are smaller, about
smaller. Yeah.
that size. They taste very
Mhm.
similar. But and I might have gotten those, except they don't grill up and brown up as quite as
No, no,
well.
no, 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 no. You can't. This recipe wouldn't work for base scallops. It's only got to be those really big, juicy, humongous, delicious scallops. As far, it's interesting. I usually say I never met any seafood I didn't like. That's my problem. When I see food, I eat it. Get
Eat
it?
it, yes.
And but the other day I was talking about we were talking about just that, and I said, there's one thing that over the years I kind of I'm saying
Mm.
like lately, just yeah, no, and it's oysters.
Yeah,
I don't know about you.
I
I
love
don't know about you,
oysters.
but if I never had another oyster for the rest of my life, I'd be okay,
Yeah,
whatever. I'd
Carol
be all
is
right.
with you on that. Am I correct? Yeah. What?
Okay. Thank you, Carol.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying.
We were.
Yeah. Again,
It,
I ate them. They were good. They were fine. But now if somebody says, "Do you want oyster?" Yeah, no. It's a yeah, no, no.
let me
That's it.
answer Leslie.
And
Oh,
another yeah, no is octopus, only because they're sentient beings. They're sentient creatures. They're just
which
now. You
is
might say, well, so is a cow, so is a cow, and so is a chicken. They're sentient creatures too. Yes, and but octopuses,
I know.
and they're not
I love.
octopi, by the way.
I do
They're
love
octopuses.
octopus. I don't eat it because Carol recognized the fact that they are sentient beings
Yeah,
and sentient, right? Beings,
sentient.
sentient beings, and
Mhm. Sentient beings that eat cilantro.
they they're very bright. They can actually use tools. They'll pick
Yes,
up a stick to break into
yes,
a mollusk shell.
yes.
This is
And
delicious
so
work.
can
I really.
chicken. So do chickens. There's a dividing line. It's our relationship with food is funny. Everybody goes through all different things about food, and it's weird. It's weird.
In a couple weeks, we're going to have a friend of ours on. She's she did marvelous makeup, looking me look 6 foot tall and blue eyed for years. And he she's become a carnivore for and eats beef almost all the time for health
Uh-huh.
reasons. And
Uh-huh.
and I understand. I don't want animals to suffer. I don't want, but we're here to we eat. And to me, I couldn't go out and kill Bambi. I could not do it, or
Have you
pig or
heard,
cow.
speaking of genetically modified food, have you heard about what's happened, the next revolution in food? And it's coming. It'll be here by the end of this year, if not before. It's it's the new chicken. It's laboratory grown chicken. So they take the stem cells of actual chickens and they reproduce those cells in the lab, and no chicken is slaughtered to
Wow.
make chicken. And so now you will be able to have this year, it's coming out, and this is going to
Wow.
be bigger than the veggie burgers. This is going to be,
My
because if
problem
they can
is
do
that it's
chicken,
probably
they can do beef, and they can do everything they can do it. And you're going to see this could be a huge revolutionary food
it
change.
could be as long as if the FDA approves it.
Yeah.
I question it. I mean, I'll give you an
Yep.
example. Okay, there are what was it that we were? Oh, BHT,
Yes.
which is a flavoring and it's an additive in like cereals. And they used to put it in cans, and they still
Yeah.
do. It's
Hmm.
allowed in this country. European Union has disallowed it, and so has Japan.
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
And it's because it's potential carcinogen.
Yes,
And guess
absolutely. I'm
what?
against it. I'm against any
Right.
chemical, anything. But this is lab grown chicken. This is going to revolutionize. You realize that the domino effect of something like this.
All right,
So if there,
Leslie
it's
in
wonderful.
Colorado
But
has
that
a
said,
question for you.
you made an amazing meal in what, like
Half
a
hour.
half an hour? That's
Yeah.
insane. And all it was scallops, snow peas, what cauliflower,
Cauliflower.
and some peanut butter and some avocado oil and some
It,
vinaigrette, and you have
it's
an amazing meal.
It really is, and it's quite healthy as well. Leslie wants to know if we've written the recipe down. It will be posted on our YouTube channel. So if you go to youtube.com/, Mark Allen Cooks Your Dinner, you'll be able to see the recipe there as well.
And
Okay.
let us know how it turns out. Let Mark know how it turns out. And let us know. Maybe just send him a picture.
Hey, John Duffin is
John Duffin.
Duffin. Can you
Oh
believe
my
that?
God. Are you kidding me? This is like old home week. This is amazing. John's amazing. I see John every single day. Every single day on YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook. He is everywhere. He's just everywhere. He's like me. He's relentless. He's absolutely relentless.
Thank you, John. He's a
And we're a
fan of
fan of
us
both of
both.
you too, John.
We're a fan of you, John. You're terrific. John is in Philadelphia.
Yeah. Yeah. Having a great
Excellent.
time. I see him all over the place. He finds all these locations all over Philly to do his videos. It's just the best. It really, really is the best. He's having so much fun. He is so busy. I can't imagine. It's just great.
Well,
And when I come to Philly, I'm gonna knock on darken your door, John.
I will
Promise.
be in Philly, I think, in September. So, John, if I
There
can
you
stay
go.
on your
There you
if
go.
I
It's
can
right around
stay
the
on your
corner.
couch, John, you'll save
That's a
me
promise, not a
$80.
threat.
Yeah, that it is a promise. Um, he is. I agree with you, John. Mark Cashman is the best voiceover coach I have ever worked with, and I've
Oh,
worked
geez.
with a number of them.
Now I'm
He is
blushing.
he's
That's only because
terrific.
I've had more wine than I usually do. And look, it's 4:30. I'm drinking wine. This is really very decadent. And only you, Mr. Allen, would drag me into this
Mark, thank you for. Will you come back sometime? Maybe you bring your
anytime,
wife,
anytime. Absolutely,
and the
absolutely.
two of you will cook
Yeah,
with us. Okay.
absolutely. I don't know if you want to have my wife looking at your cooking. That's good. That may. I'm not sure about that, but I'll talk her down before we go in. Okay.
You got it. No, I want
All
to
right.
be directed. Look, this show is real simple. The concept is if you're alone, if you're even a couple, and you bring in fast food all the time, if you stack pizza boxes in your kitchen, get rid of them and join us here on Mark Allen Cooks every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific. Why? Because we show you simple, easy recipes that are tasty and most of the time pretty healthy. Next week, well, we're going to celebrate my birthday. Yep, I'm a moon child, a cancer child, and we're going to celebrate my birthday. I am over 40. I'm not going to tell you how old I am. But we're going to have a special guest. Heidi Levy, I think, is going to be joining us, our old friend. She's one of our oldest foodie friends. Makes a great lamb. I once fell asleep in her in on we were eating, and all of a sudden I guess I drank too much and my head hit the plate. Anyway, we'll talk about that next week. I'm Mark Allen. Thank you very much. Check us out at LinkedIn, Facebook, of course, YouTube, and even Twitter. We will see you next time. Carol, thank you very much. Here's our credits. We'll see you next week. Mark, hang on.